Welcome to the deep dive. We know you want to get smart about things quickly without, drowning in detail.
Exactly. Cut through the noise.
So that's what we do. Today, we're digging into Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money. We've got a summary here focusing on the big ideas.
Right. And the mission today is, well, it's understanding why how you act with money often counts for more than how much you know about it.
Yeah, the whole behavioral side of finance. Super interesting.
It really is. Housel argues pretty convincingly, I think, that financial success is less about pure intelligence and much more about behavior, how you handle things emotionally.
Okay, so the summary brings up personal history. Like someone who actually lived through a huge economic downturn, their gut reaction to risk is just different, isn't it?
Completely different compared to someone, say, who's only seen markets go up.
Right. And it's not about one being smarter than the other?
No, not at all. It's just
Okay.
different experiences create different frameworks, different emotional responses to money. It really shapes your perception of risk.
That makes sense. And that leads into luck and risk, right?
Yeah.
The summary points out we love to credit hard work alone.
We do. It feels better, probably.
But luck plays a huge part.
Oh.
The Bill Gates example is classic, brilliant guy, driven,
Absolutely. No question.
but also incredibly lucky to get that early computer access back in high school. That specific school, that specific time.
Exactly. Recognizing that element of luck, it doesn't take away from the achievement,
No.
but it does maybe bring a bit of humility and helps you understand that things outside your control will happen, good and bad.
A more realistic view, which ties into this idea of enough.
Ah, yes, the enough concept, crucial.
The summary talks about that danger, always looking over your shoulder, seeing what others have, wanting more, more, more.
That's the social comparison trap, and it's endless.
It really is. So Housel suggests that real financial well-being comes from figuring out your own goals.
What actually makes you happy, not what you think should make you happy based on others.
Avoiding that. What's it called? The hedonic treadmill.
That's the one, where the thrill wears off and you just need the next bigger thing. Defining enough lets you step off.
Okay, so define your own finish line. Got it. Now, compounding. The summary mentions this too. Seems simple.
It sounds simple. Small gains, consistently, over a long time.
But the results can be massive.
Huge. But the key ingredient, and this is critical,
Patience.
patience. And sticking with it. Not panicking when the market dips, not chasing every hot trend, just letting it work.
So it's about time in the market, not timing the market.
Precisely. It's a long game. Which actually leads to another point the summary makes.
Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy.
Yeah, they're different skill sets, aren't they?
Yeah.
Getting wealthy might involve some calculated risks, maybe being aggressive.
Right, taking some chances.
But staying wealthy, that often requires something else. Humility, again, and a real focus on avoiding big losses. Preservation becomes key. You need to survive long enough for compounding to work its magic.
Survival, okay. Don't get wiped out. Makes sense.
You have to protect your capital.
So you build it, maybe with some risk, then you protect it, maybe with less risk.
That's a good way to think about it. It's about adapting your strategy.
And the ultimate goal, the real payoff for all this careful behavior and patience. According to Housel, it's not just a pile of cash, is it?
No, not primarily. The summary highlights this really well. The biggest benefit, the highest form of wealth.
Control over your time.
Exactly. The freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want.
That ability to wake up and say, I get to decide what my day looks like.
That, House argues, is priceless, more valuable than any luxury good. True independence.
So wrapping this up, for you listening, the big takeaway here from The Psychology of Money is that when you think finance, think behavior, think mindset. It's just as important, maybe even more important than the spreadsheets and the financial news.
Absolutely. Your relationship with money, your reactions, your definition of enough, that's the core of it.
So maybe a final thought for you to chew on. Take a moment and reflect on your own financial behaviors.
Yeah. Are they really aligned with what you want long term? With your idea of a rich life? Something to think about.